First at 10, the Forever Maryland statue in downtown Palm Springs may be able to stay right where it is. News Channel 3 has been covering this debate for years. Today, the city's planning commission agreeing to a plan to vacate part of Museum Drive where the statue stands currently, paving the way for it to remain there permanently. News Channel 3's Tori King live in Palm Springs and has more on what this vote means and what will happen next. Tori.
I'm here outside of the City of Palm Springs City Hall right by downtown. This is where the vote took place earlier this afternoon. Although there was some pushback, the City Council Planning Commission ultimately decided that the move was in line with the city's general plan, which was approved some years ago.
Commissioner Baker?
Yes.
Commissioner Rotman?
Yes.
Vice Chair Aland?
Yes.
Commissioner Murphy?
Yes.
Thank you.
It's the very latest vote in a debate that has gone on for years. Whether the stretch of Museum Way between Belardo to Museum Drive should remain a pedestrian walkway or a public roadway.
The portion of the process that was before the Planning Commission tonight was really to make a general plan conformity determination to advise the City Council when they ultimately hear the project next month.
Wednesday's vote before the Palm Springs Planning Commission was determining if that idea was in line with both the city's current general plan, adopted back in 2007.
It did conform to the general plan, and the reason for that is that the city's current general plan, which was adopted in 2007, does not show that portion of Museum Way as a public roadway on its circulation element. So they were able to make that determination.
As well as the downtown specific plan, which lays out zoning rules for that portion of the city.
In December of 2023, the City Council voted to remove Museum Way from the downtown specific plan. So tonight's Planning Commission decision also affirmed that decision in saying that this portion of Museum Way, if it were vacated, is consistent with the city's policies.
Despite the unanimous vote, not everyone agreed with the plan.
It's about a visionary thing. East Stewart Williams would not have agreed to the vacation of this street.
Originally, Museum Way was going to be much wider. The idea was to have access to the museum in every which way. Now, at this point, to close off the Museum Way completely negates that whole idea of giving access to the museum.
Although Wednesday's vote focused on the designation of the street, it's also directly related to a controversial piece of art in the heart of Palm Springs.
I will say that there were a lot of public comments that were received to the Planning Commission for tonight's decision that were related to the location of the Marilyn Monroe statue, and that was not within the scope or purview of what the Planning Commission was reviewing tonight. They were really looking again at whether the closure of the street would conform to the city's policies.
So as far as the next steps in terms of the Planning Commission, they're finished, but it now will go to the City Council for their consideration, which also means that there's going to be a public hearing with a public comment section. So that meeting is going to take place late July. If you want any more information on both sides of this debate, we've got several articles on our website. Just head to kesq.com. Live in Palm Springs, Tori King, News Channel 3.